Great week in the shop this week because Jimmy Diresta is here, and if you've been living under a rock, you might not know who Jimmy is.
I have a channel under a rock too.
Do you? Yeah. So Jimmy's got a great history as a toy maker, as a creator, as a maker.
Yeah.
Very significant YouTube channel with how many subscribers these days?
Close to 2 million.
About 2 million.
Yeah, just creeping up on 2 million.
Got a couple of people watching him. So instead of me babbling on and on, which I'm good at doing, you please tell the folks at home a little bit about yourself.
Well,
and what are you looking for in a date? No, that's it's a different show. Never mind.
Well, I've been making things with my dad in my dad's shop since I was a little kid, since about 6 or 7 years old. My dad put me in front of jigsaws and bandsaws at 7, 8 years old. Hot glue gun, playing with his scraps in his basement, in his workshop. And I grew up in that workshop until I moved to New York City, and then I developed basically the same shop that I had growing up in New York City. And now I moved upstate. I have much bigger versions of those shops now. And I make things all the time, every day, in multitude of materials: metal, wood, plastic, fabric, leather, glass. We're
going to do a bunch of woodworking, but you have a very varied background in
really mostly just out of curiosity. I get curious about stained glass, and I'll pick up stained glass and I'll play with it for a little while.
Made a canoe. You're going to start a boat, a wooden boat very soon.
I made a canoe a few years ago, and that led me to want to make a boat. I'm going to make a rowboat. I just starting that project now. And just out of curiosity, I just want to get into automobile repair. And it also, because I'm on YouTube, it helps me expand my audience because I'm trying things for the first time. The fans watching are also trying things for the first time, so I can get on their level.
And I think what's cool about that is if people are handy in a shop, woodworking is probably not their only thing. I mean, they're like you and I. They're probably spinning a wrench on a car. They want to learn to weld. They want to learn to whatever. They're exploring lots of different hands-on things, and you teach to many of those other disciplines.
The idea of making itself is a discipline, and it's just to be multidisciplinary in different materials. It's the basic concept. It's just that like metal's wood, but it's harder. Wood is metal, but it's softer. Plastic has no grain in it. So there's all different types of ways of looking at everything. But it's all basically woodwork.
Give us a second on the toy making thing, because I think that's such a cool part of your background that maybe people aren't as familiar with as the other stuff. Yeah,
I went to art school, and when I graduated, I met a teacher, and he introduced me into the toy business. And so I spent many years, from about 1989 to about 2010, designing and developing, inventing and troubleshooting and costing toys. So I spent many nights in China and Hong Kong in tooling rooms and figuring out first shots and mechanisms, why this mechanism off the tooling is not working well, how can we modify the tooling. So I have hours and endless hours of practice in exercising problem solving.
And you literally had, not a toy shop in the retail perspective, but you had a toy maker's shop because you were freelance in the toy business.
Right, yeah, we prototype, vacuum form, a little bit of woodwork. It was really more just for jigging up stuff when we were working more in plastic and resins. But yeah, and I did a lot of woodwork in my own shop, just for my own shop furniture. But then shortly after I left the toy business, only because it became kind of boring and I kept having more opportunities doing woodwork in the interior design business. And so I got a whole girth of knowledge designing and developing furniture for the interiors of homes, commercial and non-commercial. And that was a lot of fun too.
What a cool background.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, well, we're very lucky to have Jimmy here, and looking forward to a lot of great video content coming your way, thanks to him.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.